people not only in Niger State but also.
Still a chance for Ryan Robbie.
Let him shoot, let him shoot. No problem.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. This is the Gallery TV News update at 4. I'm Eleje Chidima. On the news headlines, federal government withdraws newly amended charges against Nnamdi Kanu. 2023, U.S. to impose visa restriction on promoters of violence. Heavy security as judge rules on Adeleke's eligibility case. Still on the news headline, stop IPOB from using your platform to incite violence, Lai Mohammed tells Facebook. On business news, Peter Side fought forex allocation policy in Nigeria. And on sports news, Swafu B tournament, Nigeria reaches final qualifiers for 2023 under-20 AFCON. And on foreign news, Finland, Sweden apply to join NATO as first Ukraine war crime trials begins. And on the news in details, federal government withdraws newly amended charges against Nnamdi Kanu. The federal government has withdrawn the newly amended charges against Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu on Wednesday morning. Earlier, Kanu had been denied a bail application by Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja on the ground that his absence in the past since 2017 should be determined before a bail application could be entertained. Upon withdrawal of the newly amended charges by the federal government, the Federal High Court struck out the charges preferred against Nnamdi Kanu. This came after Mike Ozekome complained to the court that the prosecution was trying to delay processes by continuous amendment of the charges against his client. Ozekome also told the court that this is the 7th time the federal government was amending its charges. Justice Nyako agreed with Ozekome's submission, stating that Kanu is not expected to take a plea on those newly amended charges immediately, as he needs time to digest them before doing so. 2023 U.S. imposed visa restriction on promoters of violence. The United States U.S. has said it could impose visa restrictions on anyone who promotes violence as Nigeria hosts its general election in 2023. According to the news agency of Nigeria NAN, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of the State for Africa, Mr. Michael Gonzalo, handed out the warning at the international conference with the theme United States Policy and Nigerian National Decision in 2023 election held at Johns Hopkins University, United States. The conference held visually at the School of Advanced International Studies (SAIS) in Washington, D.C. brought together Nigerians and an American Policy Committee to discuss the 2023 general election. It was organized by the Policy Research Center Nexia Nigeria in partnership with SAIS at Johns Hopkins University, the School of International Service at the American University, and the Center for Peace, Democracy and Development at the University of Massachusetts. According to him, the U.S. government remained committed to working with Nigeria to uphold its convention towards ensuring a peaceful power transmission in 2023. Still on the news, heavy security as judge rules on Adeleke's eligibility case. There was an unusual heavy security present at the entrance and premises of the Federal High Court sitting in Osogbo on Wednesday. This is as Justice Nathaniel Ayo Emmanuel is expected to rule on the suit challenging the eligibility of Senator Ademola Adeleke as the candidate of the People Democratic Party in the July 6th Osun governorship poll. A chieftain of the party, Prince Dotun Babayemi, had approached the court asking to invalidate the primary election that produced Adeleke as the PDP candidate. At the entrance to the premises of the court, 4 Hilos vans belonging to the police were managed by heavy armed operatives. The operative deployed also had a hectic time controlling heavy human movement into the court. Beside the courtroom that was filled up, many supporters of the two parties in the matter also sat outside the courtroom. Stop IPOB from using your platform to incite violence, Lai Mohammed tells Facebook. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, has asked Facebook and other social media platforms to stop allowing the prescribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to use their platforms to incite violence and instigate ethnic hatred in Nigeria. The minister made the demand in Abuja on Tuesday at a meeting with a team from Facebook, according to a statement signed by spokesperson Shehu Adeyemi. He said since IPOB had been prescribed and classified as terrorist organization, Facebook had no justification for using its platform to the organization to further its campaign of hate and destabilization of the country. He said the actions of the prescribed group have real-life implications, adding by proving hate and inciting violence, people are getting killed while private and public properties are being attacked and destroyed. Security agencies and other symbols of the government are their chosen targets. The minister said despite the numerous complaints to Facebook on the activities of the IPOB, nothing has been done by the company to counter the group's excesses on the social media platform. On business news, Peterson fought for its allocation policy in Nigeria. The founder and pioneer Chief Executive Officer of Stanbic Bank PLC, Atedo Peterson, fought Nigerian Foreign Exchange Forex allocation policy, says it is skewed in favor of harmful. Speaking yesterday at the Vanguard Economic Focus Team National Plans Performance Gaps, Learnings and Opportunity in Lagos, Peterson said there was no level playing field in the allocation of forex to businesses. He said the first thing you need before the economy can grow is a level playing field. This economy is rigged in favor of handful of people. When they say they are an investment, yes, but a handful of people only. This thing has to be corrected. Unless that is done, Nigerians are going nowhere. And now on sports news, WAFU B tournament, Nigeria reaches final qualifier for 2023 Under-20 AFCON. Nigerian Flying Eagles displayed good character to overcome a determined Cote d'Ivoire 2-1 in an explosive semi-final match to reach the final of the ongoing WAFU B Under-20 Championship in Niamey. Reaching the final also means the Nigerian team have qualified for the African Under-20 Cup of Nations taking place in Egypt next year. Productive midfielder Daniel Daga put Nigeria in the front after only 5 minutes when he cleared escaped the intention of the Ivorian defenders to nod in from a well-weighted pull-out. The 7-time African champions then launched onslaught after onslaught on the Ivorian goal but failed to add to the tally. But the Ivorian equalized just before halftime from the intelligently taken free kick at the edge of Nigerian 18-yard box. Neither team could find another goal to gain upper hand before the end of the regulation time. Inside the state general saying coaches and the game went into extra time. Forward Ibrahim Yahaya got the winner for Nigeria in the 111th minute of play when he converted a penalty spot to make it 2-1. Nigeria will take on the Benin Republic in Saturday's final. On foreign news, Finland, Sweden appeal to join NATO as first Ukraine war crime trial begins. Finland and Sweden on Wednesday submitted a joint application to join NATO as Russian invasion of Ukraine forces a dramatic reappraisal of security in Europe. The reversal of the Nordic countries' long-standing policy of non-alignment came as the war neared its third month and Ukraine strived to evacuate the last of its soldiers holed up at the steelwork in Mariupol. Azovstal has become emblematic of the fierce Ukrainian resistance that had forced Russian President Vladimir Putin to reorient his military goal after devastating campaigns through with alleged war crimes. In Ukraine's capital Kyiv, the first war crime trial for Russian soldiers since the invasion began was set to get underway at 11 GMT. At NATO headquarters in Brazil, Alliance Chief Jens Stoltenberg formally received the application from the Finnish and Swedish ambassador, calling them an historic step. The membership pool could represent the most significant expansion of NATO in decades, doubling its border with Russia, and Putin had warned its many triggers its response from Moscow. but the application faces resistance from NATO's member Turkey, which has threatened to block them over accusation the Nordic neighbors act as a safe haven for armed groups opposed to Ankara. West Allies remains optimistic that they can overcome Turkey's objection and for now, several including Britain have offered security guarantee to Finland and Sweden to guard against any Russian aggression. And thanks for watching. That was the Gallery TV News Update at 4. I'm still Eleje Chidima. Thanks for watching.
Life of people not only in Niger State, but also
Still a chance for Ryan Robin. It's
Let him shoot. Jump up,
that the government upgrades
This is the visionist, the long overstatement on ethnic
he accused the APC lead